Hey guys, my name is Tiffany, and you've just tapped into Tiff Tank. Now, I don't think by now that I need to share that Tiff Tank is a front row seat into the most intimate thoughts of my mind. I think by now you know that I'm just a girl who has been through some things, and I thought, what better way to hold myself accountable in my own healing journey than to share with you how I get through. I wanted to talk about today healthy boundaries. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about for so very long, but life has gotten extremely busy and I just hadn't had the time. I was actually in the middle of doing something important and it came to my mind, Tiff Tank, like you need to talk about it. So I'm here. Today in particular, I experienced something that actually was a little triggering for me, but I was able to stand firm in my healthy boundaries. And I do want to preface this by saying that the individual asked me, well, how much money are you being paid for something that I was working on? And is it worth your time? So for me, I heard the people of my past. I heard the family members counting my funds. I've heard the friends who displayed some level of envy because of things that I had going on. I heard people that I respected, and that individual didn't even mean anything by it, but I was able to implement my healthy boundary, and I was able to respectfully say, I don't really discuss my finances just because of some things that I've been through in the past. I believe that the individual received that well. I even double back because we have a tendency when we establish boundaries to feel guilty. And so I double back and I try to, soften it a little bit more and say, hey, I don't want you to think it's you. It's not you at all. It's just people. They act weird when it comes to money. So this is just something that I said to myself that I would do in these situations. So please don't be offended. But me even going back is an indication that I still have some healing to do as it relates to my healthy boundaries in my journey, because I should have not had to go back and explain myself. The thing is, once you decide that you do or do not want to do something, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Like, you're not obligated. But I think that we are sometimes raised to believe that we're obligated to do certain things. In reality, we aren't. Sometimes you're raised and you're made to look after your siblings, or you're raised and you're made to do just certain things that you felt like you shouldn't have had to be responsible for at whatever age it was. But I say all of that to say, sometimes as people, we have a tendency to overpour into other people, and then as a result, we are lacking, or we're left feeling drained and in need of replenishment. And then when you look around, there's no one to replenish you because everybody around you has already taken everything that you had to give. And so what I'm saying is, if you're able to identify any area in your life where you feel overused, or you feel taken advantage of, or neglected, or just anything of that sort, learn to identify when you need to set a healthy boundary, but do it in a loving and respectful way. You don't have to be mean and nasty about it, but you can just politely say, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. Or, that really doesn't work for me. But you have to be confident in the decision that you make regarding your healthy boundaries. So I challenge you, the next time you're in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, or you feel triggered, or you feel like you may be being taken advantage of, implement a healthy boundary for yourself and continuously do it every time that type of situation comes up. And I know on the inside you're going to cringe and you're going to be like, oh my God, but I guarantee you will start to feel grounded in your confidence and your self-worth. You will start to feel less weighted. You will feel so much lighter just because you have chosen to do something for yourself. If you don't feel like doing it, or if it's outside of your boundaries, it's okay to say no. So that's ultimately all I have for you guys today. But healthy boundaries are important. We often overlook ourselves and we pour out too much into other people when we need to use that energy and pour it back into ourselves so that we're whole enough to do exactly what I did today. I stood firm in my boundary, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. It has nothing to do with that individual. It has everything to do with me and my previous experiences, and just knowing what it is that I need to do moving forward to help myself to no longer feel hurt or offended or whatever feelings that may come up for you when you're in those types of situations. But put you first and see how far you go. All right, guys. Peace.